What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another Live Wire Sports Media video. It's been a while since I have dropped a sports video of any kind from anything. It's been a minute, been a little bit chilling. But as you know, I'm always back. So today we're going to talk about Caitlyn Clark. All right, Caitlyn Clark is, I guess you could say, she is one for the record books. And literally speaking, she is one for the record books. This young lady has turned heads since coming to the WNBA. Some good, some bad, negative, positive, but at the same time, she has her start of her season has been a little bit up or down. Her team is 0-4 right now. Had a chance to win the other night against the Connecticut Suns, which probably was the most competitive game from the Fever in her debut. Now, the other rookie sensations, Angel Reese, Cameron Brink, they both finally got their first win. And tonight, Caitlyn takes on the Seattle Storm in Seattle. Hopefully, they're looking for their first win. So, with that being said, Miss Caitlyn Clark has she has done something that has not been done in a long time, and she's been in a complete list with the one and only Michael Jeffrey Jordan. So, in a recent article by Vincent Nelson of the Boardroom, revealed that Caitlyn Clark has agreed to a multi-year partnership with Wilson. The deal between Clark and Wilson is a historical one because of the NBA stars. The WNBA stars joins Michael Jordan as the only athletes to have a collaboration with the company. And you know, Wilson is the sponsor of WNBA because they use Wilson's ball, which I think is a smaller version of the men's ball. But Caitlyn did, you know, she did spoke about what it means, you know, the collaboration and everything like that. And she said that the one thing that she loved than anything is my brothers and I will always fight over it. Clark told the boardroom of the Wilson ball she shares, you know, she used growing up. That was the best basketball. But she's also super excited to have a collaboration and create basketballs together that are really cool and really cool. I have seen the design, and the young girls and boys, whoever can get their hands on it and go dribble in the driveway and to take it to practice with them. Now, Clark continues to make history in the WNBA because of who she is. Let's make no mistake, people. We got to quit trying to use everything as a narration or race and whatever the case might be. Now, the guys in the NBA has come out to support her, from LeBron James, which I'm not a huge fan of LeBron James. Sometimes he can say things that irritate me, but on this subject, I have to give him a lot of credit because he did spoke up on it, you know, on Caitlyn Clark's behalf, because of the fact that Caitlyn Clark he's went through the same thing Caitlyn Clark has went through. And, you know, you got Steph Curry, even though he's the godfather of Cameron Brink, who played for the Sparks. But Clark continues to make history early in her WNBA career, building off of what was a legendary collegiate career of Iowa. Joining Michael Jordan on any basketball list is incredible, and especially for something like this that has had previous only been done once by a Bulls legend. This will continue to be not be the last that Clark will make history on and off the court, as the Fever star is truly growing the game in every single way. This collaboration with Clark Wilson should be very excited, basketball fans everywhere, because the fact of the matter is that you got to look at it for what she's done. She inked the deal with Nike, $28 million. Then she she turned around. She's been already partnered with State Farm. That's a plus. You at the draft, they had more viewership than they ever had. She's breaking records in different stadiums. But I do want people to look at this article because JJ Redick and LeBron James sat down on their podcast and discussed the importance of Caitlyn Clark at this moment.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it fucked up. Caitlyn Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. But for her individually, I don't think she should get involved on nothing that's being said. Just go have fun, enjoy, but I'm rooting for Caitlyn because I've been in that seat before. I've walked that road before. I hope she kills. I hope Aaliyah Boston does amazing. I hope they do great. I'm just kind of in this mode right now because I'm getting the same, thing from watching my son, who's a 19-year-old, kind of getting a lot of animosity and hatred towards him when he's just a kid trying to live out his dream. There's a very small number of men and women that actually get to live out their dream of playing a professional sport. And we have grown-ass men and women out here doing whatever they can to try to make sure that does not happen. That is the weirdest thing in the world, but it is what it is. And I'm glad that Caitlyn has a great head on her shoulder.
And see, now, we all know LeBron, he's a figure here in sports, especially in the basketball community. And even though a lot of people posted videos and saying that, LeBron James say, be quiet, shut up. I don't think he took it, people taking it out of context instead of just watching the whole clip. And that's what I try to do is like, before I jump on anything, I watch the whole clip to get a very distinctive definition of what he's trying to say. Because even though there's a lot of people out there don't like LeBron James or whatever, I can't take away from what he has done outside the court. And, sometimes he do say things that kind of like, it's a head scratcher. But on this topic here, he giving his opinion because, like he said, she's doing something that he didn't do, coming in the league with so much expectation. When LeBron came into the league, there was not a lot of expectation for him. He was a young kid coming out of high school. Nobody thought who LeBron would have been. So I feel like at this point, LeBron could share his thing. So yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to. But nevertheless, it shows that how these guys in the NBA are paying attention to her. And like he said, she needs to block out the noise and not paying attention what the females in the league is. Because you got to think about it. Some of the guys support some of the women in the league and some of them don't because of what's going on in the league. You look at the WNBA, it has they're not appealing. You know what I'm saying? They're not appealing. And this guy, I forgot his name because I follow his podcast, and he clearly stated out that what Caitlyn Clark doing now is setting up for the next generation of girls that come out of college, like a Paige Becker. Especially if Paige Becker has a phenomenal season this year coming up with UConn and be able to be marketable. You know what I'm saying? You have to be marketable. If you're not marketable and you might get commercials here and there, but if you're not marketable for the league, it's a difference. It's a clear, distinct difference if you're not marketable for the league. Juju Smith is marketable. You know why? She's black, but she's a female. She's ladylike. People gravitate to that stuff. This is why, and Caitlyn, and you could look at the humbleness in Caitlyn Clark and Juju Smith. Caitlyn Clark is humble. People trying to use it, especially like the Jamel Hills and all of these other people talk about all because she's white and she's Christian and she's straight. Well, I agree because she's straight. If you look at some of the women in the league, they're not appealing. Yeah, Aja Wilson from the Aces, she's a very attractive black woman, but I believe she dates Dawn Staley. Yeah, Dawn Staley is the big figurehead in college sports. So she's gonna get attention, a lot of attention. Angel Wilson, she's beautiful. She's gonna get commercials because she's beautiful. You look at Donovan Rossi, she got a podcast. Sue Bird, I think Becky Hammonds. I think she's Les too. You look at the girl from the Sun. She's built like a heavyweight fighter, but she could play ball. But people gravitate to uniqueness, difference. They don't want you to be rough around the edge, always having an attitude. They want humble. They want to approach you. Look at Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? He taking the same model as Tom Brady. A lot of people don't gravitate to Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers seems arrogant. He's full of himself. You look at Deshaun. You look at Lamar Jackson. He got popularity, but some people look at him the way he talk. It's always something that leads us to distincting whether people want to say, oh, it's race or it's not race. Caitlyn Clark is bringing something to the league that is needed for the WNBA. It needs a hard reset. It needs to be refreshed. And all of these women in the league is going to benefit of that. It's just like when Magic and Bird came into the league. It was like that. They put them against each other. So then also you got to look at when Jordan came into the league. Everybody knew once Jordan came into the league and he took the league by storm, he was going to be the guy to carry the torch. Same thing, Iverson came, Kobe came, LeBron came. LeBron been in the game for over 20 years now. He's been shouldering the responsibility of the league while young talent comes and submerges because once LeBron leaves, who else is going to take that mantle? You see Anthony Edwards right now cementing himself as, hey, I'm going to be that guy. He has that arrogance. He's humble, but he's likable. You got to be likable. You know what I'm saying? And everybody likes Caitlyn Clark. Everybody loves Caitlyn Clark. You know what I'm saying? Women like Angel Reese, sometimes she could be so sweet, but sometimes she could be a turnoff as well. I think Camila Cardozo could be very marketable. She's on the same team with Angel Reese, but I think Camila could be very humble because of her background and where she come from. I think I could see her be very remarkable in the league, gravitate. Cameron Brink also, she has that little girl, look, but she plays her ass off. So Caitlyn Clark is doing something for if she has to be the face, the catalyst for this, then allow her to be. But don't scrutinize her because the league hasn't been in this position in 20-something years. You know what I'm saying? Even when the Houston Comets won their 4 championships back in the day, Cynthia Cooper was last, but she had an appearance about her that people gravitate to. Cheryl Swoops, Tina Thompson, even Rebecca Lobo back then, Lisa Leslie back then. Not Tina Thompson, Teresa Weatherspoon. All of these ladies had a certain appeal about them that was gravitational. They was never a turnoff. They wasn't arrogant. They played their ass off. You know what I'm saying? They didn't make the media didn't want to watch them. Because back then when the WNBA, everybody was watching. And throughout the years, the Shamika Halls calls, Tamika Catchings all came, and people continued to follow them. Maya Moore was there. Now she's not there no more. And now you look at all of these other ladies now, it's starting to be a little bit turned off. You know, Diana Taurasi, Brittany Griner, and Breonna Stewart. I mean, Breonna Stewart is, I don't like to talk negative, but she's a very unattractive woman. You know, she built slender. Her face is real small. She looked old looking, but you can't knock the talent of these ladies because they can play. But at the same time, they need to say, hey, I welcome Caitlyn Clark into the league. I want to see what this young lady can do. It's going to be a challenge because I'm going to want to test my ability against her. You know what I'm saying? That's how Kobe was when he came in the league. He wanted to go against the best. That's how Jordan came into the league. He wanted to test himself against the best. Yeah, there was hate, but at the same time, he fought through the hate. And I do believe Caitlyn Clark is going to fight through the hate as well. Now I'm gonna put up a stat sheet right now, and this is gonna blow your mind right now of the impact of Caitlyn Clark at this moment. All right, that stat sheet is that it shows Caitlyn Clark has now played in 3 to 4 WNBA games since 2002, with 4 of the top 10 over that span this season. Shows the tennis record. The tennis record for the Indiana and Connecticut game was 2.12 million. The New York was 1.7 million. The Connecticut again, when they was at home, when Indiana was home, was 5.6 million. That goes to show you 2003, the NBA All-Star game, the WNBA All-Star game drove 1.44. So you're looking at almost 20-something years that they have not had this number of viewership. And it just goes to show the impact of Caitlyn Clark right now. It goes to show the impact of her and what she's bringing to the league. You can't deny that. You can't deny what she's bringing to the league at this moment. The Indiana Fever and Caitlyn Clark has a massive effect on both league popularity and the team's popularity. This is why 36 of the 40 games are on the Indiana schedule will be national televised this season. Clark's arrival is also a massive for stadium attendance. And you got to think about this. Last season, the Fever had the second lowest average of home attendance in the WNBA at 44,067 tickets sold per game, according to BeyondWomenSports.com. While it marked a significant improvement over Fever attendance in 2022, 1,776 per game, it was still one of the least popular NBA teams. Now, if you take that into accountable and say, hey, this girl done got us charter flights, there's a new CBA gonna come, we gonna probably get paid more money now than we ever had. We probably gonna be able to, because I think for a fact some of these ladies gonna probably take notes from Caitlyn Clark and say, you know what, let me change something about me to be more marketable, more likable. Then people start gravitating to them. When you have a league where a bunch of women are more likable and gravitate, it improves the league dramatically. You look at Joker in the NBA. You look at Jalen Brunson. You look at Luka. You look at Ant-Man. You look at SGA. You know what I'm saying? All of these people, all of these guys in the NBA right now are very marketable because these guys they're not there to be make noise. They there to play and play ball the way it's supposed to be played. So since 2024, the NBA draft, the ticket sales for the WNBA increased at 93%. Other WNBA teams had to start relocating their home games against the Fever to bigger areas. Meanwhile, Fever saw Indiana Fever saw record selling ticket sales with massive increase in attendance at the Gainsborough's Fieldhouse, which hold a seat capacity of 18,000. Here we'll be tracking a Fever attendance for the 2023 season. If you think about it, the Fever recorded consecutive sellout games of more than 17,000 in attendance on Monday night against the Connecticut Suns. Like I said, people going to watch it. It's going to break. I believe it or not, I believe one of these games is going to hit over the 20,000 attendance mark. It's going to hit that. It's going to hit that. And if this girl wins Rookie of the Year or get this team in the playoff, you got to think how next year is going to impact even more, because there are going to be more people coming to the games. Caitlyn Clark is going to continue to thrive. She's going to continue to be better. And if this girl starts winning championships and bring championships to that city of Indiana, guess what's going to happen? Everybody's going to be second tier to her. She's going to be up there, and she's going to especially if she win 1 or 2 titles, break records. She's already going to be in the GOAT conversation that quick. That's just how polarizing this young lady is at this moment. And people, nitpicking and want to say stuff. Now, there was a scare in that Connecticut game because she did twist her ankle in the second half, but she came back strong and delivered 17 points with a massive fast break 3-point from the logo. The girl could shoot her ass off. I can't deny that. People, men and women want to see this girl play. That's how popular she is at this moment. While the other 2 home games so far, Indiana is already among the leaders in WNBA attendance and is averaging more than 13,000 fans per game than in 2023. Wow. Meanwhile, Clark helped another team set a WNBA record. She helped another team set a WNBA record in her first game at the Barclays Center when they played the New York Liberty, and they generated more than $2 million in revenue in a single game. Meanwhile, the other franchise continue to relocate their upcoming matchups against the Fever to large arenas to count the tickets demand they see Clark play live. You know what I'm saying? And that goes to show you. And it was a sellout crowd with 17,247 in attendance at the Garbage Field in New York Liberty versus matchup downtown in Minneapolis. So you got to think about it. This girl has an impact. She is, to me, I'm just going to call her Caitlyn Phenom Clark. That's who she is. And with her new multi-year deal with Wilson, it's only going to help the league more to get more recognition. Like I said, they're already going to have a new team next year in Golden State. You know what I'm saying? Most likely Golden State probably going to have the first round draft, so Paige Beckers might go there. You got Juju Smith, got 3 more years. He probably going to be the first $1 million signee, to make $1 million in the WNBA, because that's where it's going to be at. This time, Caitlyn Clark popularity is going to set up the stage for a Juju Smith when she comes into the league because of what Caitlyn Clark is doing now. She's going to be able to get paid. I think Caitlyn Clark before her contract runs out. I don't know how long her contract is, but she probably going to be the first $1 million player in the league. The first $1 million player. And I think Juju will follow her behind that because Juju probably will get signed more than her because she's younger. But Caitlyn's probably going to be the first $1 million WNBA player ever. And then it's going to just follow suit. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Caitlyn Clark, man. Hats off to her. Continue to strive. I'll definitely be watching the game tonight. I can't say anything else about it, but Caitlyn Clark, she's bringing recognition to a league that definitely needed a lot of. They need a star power. They need a refresh. They needed to be reset, and they have it. So until the next video, you know how I do. Hit that like, comment, subscribe. Until then, peace.